So in this second video, so I will continue the first video's topic. So that is the energy stored in an inductor. So in this energy stored, let us assume that the resistor of the inductor is a negligible value here. The inductor effect only we have to consider as a energy stored in this inductor, and the induced EMF at the time is also. So from this equation we have to continue the derivation of the energy stored in an inductor. So let us see the mathematical expression about that. So we will start with the equation. So that is EMF in the self inductance. So that is epsilon is equal to minus L di by dt here. Let the dW be the work done. So work done for a moving charge. So this is the work done. So in a moving charge means that is also the change in charge value. That is also considered as a dq with respect to time. That is dt. So this may be in the opposite to the work done value. So the charge value, moving the charge value is opposes the work done value. That's why we have to let us consider that dW be the work done and also dq be the charge. With changing the charge, that is the current value. That's why changing the charge with respect to time. That's why dW is equal to, you know, the general equation for the work done. W is equal to F into, that is change in distance, dr. So that is, we mentioned that here also the change in work done, that is considered as a dW here, that is equal to minus epsilon dq. So minus epsilon means EMF. EMF can be produced by the change in the charge value here. That's why minus epsilon dq here. Here also the negative sign indicates the opposition. So opposition of the work, that is work done, can be occurred by the opposition of the change in the charge value here. So that's why. So here dq value is I dt. So how we can get that equation means I is equal to general formula dq by dt here. So that's why rearrange that dq is equal to I dt. That's why you substitute the value of instead of dq. So I dt is the value. So finally dw is equal to minus epsilon I dt here. So in the next step you have to substitute the value of EMF value. So that is epsilon is equal to minus L di by dt, isn't it? So that's why you substitute that minus L di by dt. So then the equation becomes L I dt. So dt dt cancel. So minus into minus plus L I dt. So this is the work done equation. And also you have to substitute the total work done. So you have to find out the total work done means integrate on both sides. So integration of dW is equal to W, you know that is also equal to, so RHS side, so integration of from 0 to maximum value I, so L I di. So that is the value. Here L is the constant, so take it out, and L is L integration of I di only. So this equation implies that I di integration part means that is integration of x dx. What is the formula for x dx? Integration of x dx means x power n plus 1 divided by n plus 1. So that's why here I is the x. So power of 1 is assumed. So I power n means 1 plus 1 divided by 1 plus 1. What is that value? I square divided by 2. So that's why integration of I di is equal to I square by 2. Substitute the limit substitution 0 to, so lower limit 0 and upper limit maximum value I. So substitute it, and also we have to take it out the 1 by 2 value outside. So 1 by 2, that is L by 2. So I square, the maximum value is I square. So W is equal to half L I square. So this is the equations like a kinetic energy, isn't it? So half mv square, like that. W is equal to half L I square. So this is the energy, we find that value. So next we have to find out the value of this work done is stored as a magnetic potential energy. So this is considered as a magnetic potential energy also. So this is also considered as epsilon. So that is, this U is considered as a epsilon, but generally we referred as a U value only. So therefore UB. So the actual value of this constant is epsilon. We have to pronounce that, not a epsilon, epsilon, UP, SILON. That is the pronunciation of this U value. Epsilon B is equal to half Li square. That is also the work done. The W is also equal to epsilon. So this is the magnetic potential energy. That's why epsilon B is referred here. So this is the final value of the magnetic potential energy. So half Li square. So now the energy density of this energy stored per unit volume of any space is given by, so because of the, now we have to find out the energy density. So that's why the energy can be stored per unit volume. So this is the energy value. So now we have to calculate the energy density value here. So that's why, so the energy density can be referred as small ub. Small ub is equal to epsilon b by volume. So volume means area into L. So this is the equation, area into L. So here energy density is considered as a stored per unit volume. So that's why stored as a energy per unit volume AL. So this is the volume here. Next you have to substitute the value of epsilon b here. So that's why Li square divided by 2AL, and also you substitute the value of self-inductance of a solenoid. So L is equal to mu naught N square AL also. So that is also substituted, and I square by 2AL. So cancel AL value, then finally you will get mu naught N square I square divided by 2. So here we have to make a small adjustment. So here, so multiple and divided by mu naught. So the numerator will be mu naught square N square I square divided by mu naught 2. So already you know that B is equal to mu naught Ni. So here we are already multiplied the mu naught value here. So the numerator value becomes B square. So B square divided by 2 mu naught. So this is the energy density value. Then next topic is mutual inductance. The mutual inductance is also, so when the current passing through a coil or a solenoid or a toroid with respect to the time, in this case also the EMF is also induced. So not in the same coil but in the neighboring coil. So this phenomenon is known as the mutual induction, or the EMF produced in this mutual induction, because of this mutual induction is called, the EMF is called the mutually induced EMF also. So let us see the diagram about that. So let us assume that the two coils, so that can be which are placed in very close to each other. So close to each other, when the current is passed through the coil 1. So here coil 1, coil 2 are there. So in this the flux value is also, flux value is also produced by phi 12 for the coil 1 and phi 21 for the coil 2. So because 1 to 2, so that's why they referred as. So here the coil phi 21 is referred for the second coil. So you just keep it in your mind, and also the number of turns is N1 for a coil 1 and N2 for the coil 2. So here the magnetic field produced by it. So when the current I1 is passed through the coil 1, that's why, so the magnetic field produced by the linked with the coil 2. So that is also you shown in the figure. So the magnetic field produced by it, so in a first coil, so when the current is passed through the first coil and around that the magnetic field is also produced, so it can be also linked to the second coil because we are placed very close to each other. That's why this magnetic field is also linked to the second coil. So let here the magnetic flux can be produced, so that is considered as a phi 21. So that flux is also produced for the coil 2, and also its number of turns is N2 here. So because of this coil 1, the total flux linked with coil 2, that can be referred as, so N2 phi 21. So here N2 phi 21, because of first coil the magnetic flux can be produced in the second coil. So that's why, so magnetic flux produced in the second coil, so that can be is proportional to the how much of amount of current which may be passes in the first coil. So that's why the equation can be, we made that. So for the first, so mathematically N2 phi 21, so that is the magnetic flux that can be produced with the help of a coil, that is current which is flow in a first first coil. So it can be directly proportional to I1. So this amount only the magnetic flux is also produced in the another coil. So I1 is the coil 1 current. So N2 phi 21 is the magnetic flux that can be produced in the coil 2, isn't it? So that's why this equations we get. Then we have to remove the proportionality symbol and introduce one of the constant, that is M. Here M is the mutual inductance. So M is also one of the constant that is considered as a mutual inductance. So is equal to M21 I1. So M21 that can be produced in the second coil, no? That's why 2 to 1. So M21. So find out the value of M21 value. So M21 is equal to, rearrange the equation, N2 phi 21 divided by I1. So this is the mutual inductance of the second coil. So next we have to find out the same procedure when we are changing the current value only. So let's see that. So here we have to change the current value for the second coil. So when the current I2 is entered to the second coil, so and around it magnetic field is also produced. So the first coil is also nearer to the second coil. So because of magnetic field produced in the second coil, the magnetic flux is also linked to the first coil, and also it can able to produce the magnetic flux phi 12, and the number of turns is N2. Now the same procedure we have to follow that and find out the mathematical expression for this from coil 2 to coil 1. So in your book they are minimized and given the equation. So for M12 is also for N1 phi 12 divided by I2 value. So this is the mutual inductance for the coil 1. So next we have to find out the EMF value for that. So here also the mutual inductance of a mutually induced EMF epsilon 2 is equal to, that is coil 2 is equal to minus d phi by dt, or dN2 phi 21 divided by dt. So that can be is equal to, so here, so the value is M21 is equal to N2 phi 21 divided by I1. So we want only the N2 phi 21 value, means rearrange the equation. So it can be equal to M21 I1. So substitute the value instead of N phi 21. So that's why minus dM21 I1 divided by dt. So take it the value of M21 outside, and so here d I1 divided by I2, that is the epsilon EMF can be produced. So and also EMF that is epsilon 2 is equal to minus M21 dI1 divided by dt. So we want to finally we have to find out the mutual inductance is also, rearrange the above equation, and M21 is equal to minus phi, that is epsilon 2 divided by dI1 divided by dt. And similarly for Mi1 is equal to minus epsilon 1 divided by di2 divided by dt. So according to that above two equations, the M21 is equal to is always equal to M12, that is also equal to M. So this is the mutual inductance of a coils. So here this equation implies, so the mutual inductance between two coils depends on the size, shape, the number of turns of the coils, the relative orientation, and also the permittivity of a medium.